Hello. Today is Saturday, January 3rd, and it's about 7 o'clock. Not quite 7, but close to 7. And I usually am not up early on Saturday unless I'm working an event, which I haven't done in a long time. But yeah, usually Saturday mornings I am not up early. But what I decided to do is there's a group called Pretty Girls Walking Club, I think, or Pretty Girls Walk. And I've seen them on social media. And I have been saying, I want to try it. But then I'm like, I'm not getting up early on Saturday morning. And then also, too, with my level of fitness, I'm not even sure that I am going to make the like today is a 3-mile walk, and I have no idea if I'll be able to do that. When I looked it up on Google, it said that it's generally speaking around an hour long walk, and I have no idea if I know that I can walk, right? But I just don't, I didn't practice beforehand. I didn't get on the treadmill and go, let me see if I could do it. So we'll see what happens, but I'm here early, and the walk starts at 7:30. The instructions said to, very well organized, and the instructions said to be here 10 to 15 minutes early. But I am the type of person especially if I don't know exactly where I'm going. This park is on the extreme other side of town, like 35 minutes from my house. And so I wanted to make sure that I knew how to get here and that I could find where the meetup spot is and all the things. And I think I've said it many times now that I do not like to feel anxious or rushed if I don't have to. There are going to be times in life where you have to move quickly and all the things and be spontaneous and blah, blah, blah. But not for a damn hobby. Come on now. I mean, not something that's supposed to be fun and relaxing. So I did drive past the park, and it does seem doable, especially if I'm going to be with a group of a bunch of women. Hopefully I'll have enough stimulus. I did bring my headphones, with I don't know if that's going to be considered rude, because if I'm afraid that I'm not going to make it 3 miles to walk, I definitely don't know if I'm going to be able to walk and talk. And so I'm going to, gauge it and see. But I did bring my headphones. But anyway, hopefully there'll be enough distractions, because usually what it is, it's not my level of fitness in terms of walking. What the problem is that I just get bored. And when I get bored, it's like, okay, this is enough. When I go walking, I have a treadmill at home. I have gym memberships and all the things. But when I do it, I try to listen to different things. I try to watch different things, and it's not necessarily that I'm not physically fit to be able to make it. It's just that I get bored so quickly that anyway. We'll see what happens. If I need to, if they have benches, if I need to sit down for a few minutes, I will do that. I do see that there are a small couple of people. I'm really one of the first to arrive, but I do see another couple cars, and maybe they're here for the event as well. But this is what I like to do. I like to arrive early, sit and relax, and then if I need to fill my time with tasks that I have on my phone or listening to something or vlogging or whatever I want to do. It's relaxing, and so I like that. So anyway, I also want to talk about something else, but I'm going to make it a separate video after I take a sip of water. So the other thing is yesterday, did I already say today is Saturday, January 3rd? Yes, I think I did say that. Yesterday, I finally started diving into the book Too Much by Terri Cole, which is about high-functioning codependence. It's a term that she came up with in terms of the high-functioning part. And probably a lot of you will be like, oh, I don't relate to that at all. But for me, it's such an eye-opener type of book. Like, if you are the type of person who overgives, overfunctions, overly helpful, over anything in terms of doing too much and then burning yourself out and then being resentful, feeling unappreciated, and all the things, it's a really, so far it's a good book. I'm not far into it. I have both the actual physical book as well as the audio book, and I listened to some of it in the car on the way here on my half-hour ride out here, and it's really great book, because in so many situations I have repeated the same pattern over and over again, where it's the need to be needed, and trying to be thoughtful, and trying to show that I care, and trying to receive love in return, and also showing my love, and thinking that all the doing that I'm doing is a way to show my love. And she also has a really good section in there about automatic advice giving, which, I've been the recipient of that, especially from family members sometimes, and that is fucking annoying as hell. And so that's something that I really want to work on. And I want to work on a lot of the things that the book talks about, but I also know that, or am recognizing and realizing that what tends to happen is that if somebody is saying they have a problem or an issue, or, oh, why is somebody parking right next to me while I'm vlogging? There's a whole parking lot here, and there's a bunch of empty spaces, and somebody has to park right next to me. Fucking irritating. But anyways, you know what? Let me just pause. Okay, and so I moved my car. Wait a minute. So anyway, I moved my car, and then they moved. It's like, oh my God. Okay, but the book also talks about people pleasing and all the things. And so, I moved my car just now because the people in the car next to me were talking loud, and it was disturbing my ability to vlog. So I moved my car, even if the people considered it to be rude. But then as soon as I moved my car, they moved their car. Anyway, these are small problems to have. If you'll notice, some music started coming on. I don't know if I'll end up editing it out or whatever, but Faye's playlists keep coming up on my phone. And what happened is that during the sound baths last year, we would have a playlist playing while people arrived, and then Faye had playlists playing during her sound bath. And so Faye had originally sent me the link to the sound bath because I was going to try to hook my phone up to the Bluetooth speaker. But then what happened is that we decided that it would be better if she did it. And so anyways, I was just recently curious to listen to what she had on the playlist. And then I went on Spotify and followed her, and she has a couple playlists on there. And so she's just crawling into my life. And so just now, for some reason, when I paused the phone, one of her Spotify playlists started playing, and the song was "Open My Heart." And so maybe, you know what, God has given me a sign to say, Nicole, don't let little things irritate you, like people parking next to you. You know what I mean? Anyway, so the thing is that the Too Much book is speaking to me, really, really speaking to me, and helping me understand my patterns and behavior, and why I keep repeating the same patterns and behaviors, and the lessons that I need to learn from feeling like I'm not enough, just being who I am, as opposed to having to do a bunch of stuff. And also too, I think what I may have been saying, and I got cut off, is that because I'm sensitive, sometimes I am trying to jump in and solve your problems, more than likely not even realizing that I'm doing it to soothe my emotions, because your emotions, or even your inability to be in touch with your emotions, like I can sense and feel all of that, and I jump in and try to fix it because of the intensity of my emotions. So I'm also working on being better about just sitting with my feelings and being with my feelings and all the things. Anyway, people are starting to arrive, and what time is it? It's 7:12. People are starting to arrive, and so they said get here 10 to 15 minutes early. Everybody is still sitting in their car, but I'll let y'all know how it goes. This will probably all end up on a longer YouTube video vlog, but if you are the person, like the go-to person, if you are the person that everybody looks to solve all the problems, if you're the organized one, the person who's gonna handle everything, the person who's, you know, thoughtful and cares and does all the things showing that you care and all that stuff, man, you should check out this book, because it may help you. It may open your eyes and make you wonder why the fuck you're doing so much shit. I know that it's definitely helping me. And the other thing I would say is that, like I said, in my family, there are some people who are quick, very, very quick to go in autopilot and give you advice. And that is annoying. And so I definitely want to make sure that I work on that and not do that. Because it's like God is working on me just like He's working on everybody else. And I don't know what God has for you. You know what I mean? And I'm not living your life. And I'm 56 years old. Y'all are definitely not living my life. So if I don't ask you for your opinion, you don't have to share it. Or I should say your advice. If I didn't ask you for your advice, I don't need it. And I don't want it. So anyways, like I said, people are arriving, and we'll see how this walk goes. Well, I made it only a mile, but I am proud of myself that I did it. And that I honored myself and stopped when I felt like I needed to stop. And what I did was good enough for today. My first time. I love walking outside. And yeah, I did a mile, and that's good. It was over 2,000 steps. Let me see. How many steps? 2,100 steps. So, you know what? Progress. It's better than what I would have been doing, which would have been laying in the bed and waiting for time to eat. So, girls were very nice. We took a group photo. I got some content, and yeah. and as you can see, I worked up a sweat, which is also a good thing. So the other reason why I had to stop is because I had on a jacket because, you know, it's winter time, and it says it's 44 degrees outside, but I was actually way too hot. So I was like, let me just go get in the car because it's too hot in this goddamn jacket. So next time I know to, if I do it again, to wear something more lightweight. And look at me. Probably anytime you see me wearing this, you know that I am back at home, relaxing, and back in my pajamas. And yes, I have a washer and dryer and wash my clothes regularly. Today is still Saturday, and I'm back home. The official, look at my watch, let's see. The official number of steps at this point in time is 2216, and it was 1.08 miles in total. It was probably about 20 to 30 minutes, maybe 15 to 20 minutes is probably more like it. But the good thing that I feel very happy about, I was also having the walk that we went on, the beginning of the walk, we went on an incline, and so that was also good as well. But the good thing is that I am going to be working CES coming up soon, and from what I know so far, they are going to be providing employee parking, but the employee parking is all the way on the other side of the West Hall, and I'll be working in Central Hall or North Hall for training. And so from what I'm reading, that's going to be a 20 to 30 minute walk. So it's good. I got my practice today, and I am not deterred. I mean, you know, it's kind of disappointing that I couldn't do more, but I was hot and I was just like, okay, I'm done. And, you know, she had given us permission in the beginning to drop off whenever we wanted to drop off. And I realized that I was at the back of the pack, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to drop off. Nobody's even going to know. And so anyway, you know, we'll continue to work on our, like I'm more than one person. I will continue to work on my fitness, and, you know, it's one of those things where you keep going. You never give up. So anyways, I have no idea when I'll put all this together and post it. So I would say make it a great day, but I could end up posting it sometime in the evening. So, anyway, whenever you see this, make it a great day, make it a great evening, make it a great life. And so right now I am getting ready to have some breakfast, and then I might take a little nap if I get the itis. And then I'm going to a vision board event later on this afternoon. All right. Ta-ta. Happy New Year. So I did listen back to the videos I recorded this morning, and just wanted to say, number one, that anybody who might be clowning me and thinking she only walked a mile, trust and believe that it is a milestone for me to be able to get out and walk just in general. Back in 2024, when I had the shortness of breath that I had, and then the emergency surgery, I couldn't even walk from the parking lot to get to the emergency room. I had to sit down on a rock, and this nice lady who was walking past me asked me if I needed some help, and I said, yes, can you get me a wheelchair? So the point is that you can't always judge a book by its cover. The smoking habit that I had and the sedentary lifestyle that I had, and working remote and sitting at my desk smoking was not a good good practice. And so just trust and believe that I'm working on my level of fitness. And the other thing I wanted to say is that the Too Much book that I mentioned, what I also would say is that if you kind of have a tendency to be a fixer to those around you and problem solver, all the things, I definitely recommend that you check it out. And I'm not saying that to beat myself up in any way, shape, or form. It's just how I learned to behave, not really understanding that the dynamic and the whole need to be needed, and thinking that this is the way that you show and give love and you show care, and a way to also receive love and not be abandoned if you're needed. And so it's something that I'm working on, and highly recommend the book if anybody could relate to what I'm saying. And even if you can't, like, just check it out, you may find some gems in there. Anyway, make it a great day. Okay, so I realized that my videos, when I edit all this together, they may be a little bit out of order. But we'll see. I have now taken my power nap, and it's 10 something, almost 11, and I am dressed and ready to go to my next event for the day. It's a vision board event with Girls Night In Paint and Sip, and I am looking forward to it. I actually, it was very nice that Anisha, I'm not sure, I'm going to ask her today how to pronounce her name, and then commit it to memory. But it was nice in the email confirmation. Also very, very organized event curator. It was very nice that she also put in email instructions to remind us to bring pictures that we wanted to include in the vision board. And so it was like, yes, that's a great idea, especially too because the last vision board event that I went to, while it was fun, most of the images that I saw were there weren't very many Black people in the images, maybe one or two. And also too, it is cool to include yourself in the vision board. So this time I'm bringing a bunch of different pictures of myself in different sizes. And because I don't know how big the vision board is going to be, so I didn't know what size to print the pictures. But this time I actually printed some stuff out that I could add from my own personal collection to enhance the vision board. So anyway, that's not what I was going to say. I can't remember what I was going to say right now. But anyway, yeah, Girls Day with Nicole D. Ford, Vegas. Yeah, it's a Girls Day for me today. So I made it to my destination, and it is 11:30. The event starts at 12, so I'm a half hour early. First one in the parking lot, or maybe there's one other person in the parking lot. But it's all good, because that gives me a chance to woosah, get myself together and relax. And I'll probably go in around 11:55. I won't probably talk or vlog for 20 minutes, but I did listen to myself. Even if nobody else feels this way, I find myself to be kind of entertaining, and my storytelling is interesting. And so, yeah. But also too, what I wanted to say is that I feel like what happens sometimes for me is that I think I'm at a different level of fitness, or believe I'm at a different level of fitness than I actually am. Because like a couple weeks ago, I went and tried extreme hip hop, which is a step hip hop class, and I couldn't even get on the step. And I look at stuff and I think, oh, I can do that. And so I think Also, too, I need to kind of come out of denial a little bit. Hold on, there's a lot of noise going on. Anyway, I'm not sure exactly what I was saying, but sometimes I think I'm at a different level of fitness and then I get out there and the reality hits me. And so as I was listening back to what I was saying, the reality of it is that I was huffing and puffing and walking up that hill, and I definitely, my hip started hurting, and yeah, I just need to keep working on my level of fitness. The other thing I wanted to say that I was listening back to is also, I grew up in an environment where one of my parents, I'm not going to say which one, and a lot of my family members also, hypercritical. And sometimes the criticism would even come in the form of jokes and ways of just putting you down, playing the dozens and all the things. But I grew up in a hypercritical environment. And so with that being said, I didn't grow up with a very strong sense of self-esteem and confidence in myself. So the other thing about overfunctioning is that what was coming in my head big time as I was listening to myself, even though I haven't gotten to a place in the book where it talks about this specifically, but a lot of times in the past situations that I've been in, when I have overfunctioned, even, in work situations and relationships, business situations, etc., in my overfunctioning, I'm always trying to prove my competence, because that was heavily criticized growing up, of like, you must be crazy, you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know this, you don't know that, I'm smarter than you, like all the things to make me continue to feel like I don't know what I'm doing and I'm not smart enough. And then on top of that, with the constant advice giving, controlling behavior and all the things, that was very injurious to my self-esteem. And so when I think about my overfunctioning, besides thinking that it's a way to be needed and to be loved and not be abandoned, it also comes from trying to prove to the world that I'm smart and trying to prove to the world that I can be helpful and I could be useful. And so I don't know if anybody could relate to feeling that way, but I know that it also not just stems from wanting love and attention and going after it by doing and being needed, but also too just proving to everybody that Nicole is a smart person. So anyways, I am going to pause it there. We'll see if there's anything else that comes up that I want to say. I like doing this, even though it's a little bit more work. I like doing the longer form content on YouTube and not worrying about the 15-minute time limit on Instagram of trying to get all my thoughts out, and to just do a little short video on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and then tell everybody to come over to my YouTube channel if you're interested in watching the longer form content. I don't have a lot of subscribers on YouTube at all, and it's not like I have a big social media following either. I think TikTok I have 70 followers, so it's not like I have a big following, but this is also a process for me of getting my thoughts out and expressing myself. And I've spent my whole life going into all kinds of situations, being quiet and not expressing who I am, what I think, how I feel, what my preferences are. Like I've been hiding from the world. And so what's nice about this vlogging process is that I no longer have to hide, and I no longer have to abandon myself trying to fit in with everybody. And so it's like, now I get to be who I am, and it's like, you can get in where you fit in. And so anyways, I hope the vision board party goes well today, and I will catch y'all later. I know I said I would see you guys at YouTube, but you know I can't see you on YouTube. Only people I could see on YouTube are people who are subscribed to my channel, like and comment, but otherwise I can't tell who's viewed my videos, and I don't have that many views. So go over there and watch, or you'll see this on YouTube. Watch. Thank you. Watch, like, comment. Well, you don't have to comment if you don't have anything nice to say, but if you have something nice to say, comment and support me. Thank you. See, I'm back in my pajamas. I went to the Her Vision event today, and that was really, really cool. Anicia, which I got the pronunciation of her name now. It's Anicia, like Alicia, but it's Anicia. She did a phenomenal job. She started us out with a grounding breathing exercise, and you know, she put on one of my favorite songs, Cleo Soul, Know That You're Loved, and the playlist was fantastic. And we both painted and we did our vision board. So shout out to the event and the ladies that I met there. It was really nice. It was almost like a sisterhood, or I wouldn't call it group therapy, but it was like just girls talking and, you know, sharing with each other. And it seemed like we were all on the same frequency and the same kind of vibe. And so it was really cool. And it was nice to, again, see Chantel again, which I've now, I think, seen her in several events, and she also came to the floating sound bath last year, and always appreciate her positive energy as well. And met some new ladies, and it was just great. It was a very small, intimate setting, and I love that on this vision board, unlike the one that I did the other day at the other event, Anicia actually told us to bring pictures that we wanted to include in the vision board. So this time, my vision board actually has me in it. And I actually had so many different things that I had picked from the stuff that Anicia had given us to pick from, that it was like, oh my God, I don't have enough room. So I had to do some self-editing, but I really like how my vision board came out. And and I'm happy that I've seen some of the posts that the pretty girls walk that they posted, and I saw myself in the video. I was like, well, hey, even though I didn't make the 3 miles, at least I made the video. So you'll see me in we'll see if you can spot me in the footage. So I'll post some recap stuff at the end of this storytelling that I'm doing in my vlog, and then I'll do like a more like quick, you know, less than a minute reel type short thing to do more of a sizzle of the event. But I like to add the stories and videos to the end of my vlogging so that it kind of goes with the stuff that I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm going to go now because I'm, first of all, I'm hungry, but I'm also a little bit sleepy. And so I think that there was another event that was actually happening today too. And I was like, no, this is too much for me. So I'm done for the day. And it was a great girls' day for me, and here's to new beginnings in 2026, and getting out and doing new things and meeting new people. I got some fun stuff coming up next weekend as well. Also new groups of people, and so I did wake up this morning at like 2 o'clock in the morning, kind of excited and with some nervous anticipation about meeting new people. I did go back to sleep for probably like a half hour, and then I went to sleep again when I came back home from the walk. But now it's time to really wind down. Plus, I work tomorrow at CES. And I found out that the training is not actually in the North Hall. And thank God that they sent a text telling us where the training was, because this is my first time working for this company. And so I thought one thing and I was wrong. So I'm glad that they're organized and sent a text confirming confirming everything. So anyways, whenever you see this, make it a great day, make it a great evening, make it a great life. Ta-ta.
Great.